Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Interleague. It's hard to say Interleague when it's Classical taking on Winthrop, but Classical is no longer in the Northeastern Conference. Winthrop comes in at 8-3-1, Classical 5-6-2. As we get underway, it's senior night here for the Rams, trying to get up to 500, which is needed to have a shot at getting in the tournament. Rigoberto Gomez, Jose Gomez, Gabriel Sarmento, Jair Alvarez, Brazil Azcaplu, Ryan Dahl, Devin Marshall, the goalie and captain Isaiah Diaz. Those are the seniors ending their career here at Classical High School. And they've done very well. They've played outstanding. Classical trying to center it. And he knocked it to the net, but a little bit high, went on top of the net on a nice bid by Emir Paez. Winthrop trying to come back. Winthrop in the white. And I still don't know who made up that rule where the visitors will wear white. Although it wouldn't make much difference because Classical would still wear their green. Headed away. And here's Diaz sliding out and grabbing it ahead of the Winthrop player, and he wound up getting bumped, slow getting up. But he's getting up. And he'll boot it away. Bounces high and into the Winthrop bench area. Winthrop are the Vikings. And Classical, if they could win this game, it would be a big weekend for Lynn here at Manning Field. They couldn't get a real good shot off. They just kind of poked it. And the goaltender, who was Mateo Martinez, able to knock it away. But again, if Classical could win this, it would be 4-0 for the Lynn schools. Sliding and knocking it out. They blew the whistle before that for Winthrop offside. The three football teams that played here, St. Mary's last night, Classical and Tech today, all three had wins, English to a bye, so a big weekend for Lynn football going 3-0. And this, as Halimi blasted away, and Martinez came out to get it, but he let it go. He thought maybe Classical would get to the ball first. Classical forcing Winthrop to keep it in, and Classical took it away. And now Winthrop gets it back. Classical takes it away again. Rigoberto Gomez. Now Classical takes it away. Trying to line up the shot. It was going maybe wide left. Martinez dove and made the save, and he'll kick it away. Bounces high, headed by Gloucester, headed back by Halimi. Blocked by Classical. Classical coming back. They push it up. Classical, Gloucester just got a foot on that shot. Nice passing by Classical, set it up. And Winthrop just got a piece of that shot and knocked it out. Classical will get a corner kick. Coming from the far side. They drill it out in front, headed away by Winthrop. Classical trying to keep it in and punch it up. Classical gets to it, trying to keep it in. They do. And then they lost it out. Big day for the other local team. The last they announced here at Manning, Red Sox were leading 9-0. So they've accomplished what they set out to do, win at least one at Houston to get the home field advantage at Fenway. If they could sweep the 3 at Fenway, they won't have to go back to Houston. Dahl will put it in play. Punched away. Classical collects it. They pop it straight up in the air. It's going to go high over everything and out of play. The end of a very long day here at Manning Field. 2 football games and now the soccer game. This is the second or third Saturday that Classical has played a game here on a Saturday evening. The girls did it before. Winthrop knocking it deep, trying to get it to the middle, and that's Dahl knocking it deep the other way. And Winthrop knocks it back. And broken up nicely by Halimi. And banks it off Classical into the Classical bench area. And Winthrop will get the throw in from there. Classical looking to get advantage. Winthrop picks it off. And Winthrop picks it off again, but it goes off Winthrop again into the Classical bench area. And now it'll be Classical getting it from there. I guess they call contact because Halimi is going to get a free kick. I didn't see the contact. I thought Winthrop just knocked it out. But Halimi will use that left foot and he can drill it. He's got a foot and a half. And he boots it well upfield. Knocked down by Winthrop. Classical looking to keep it in. Trying to get around. They couldn't keep it in. It went out of play. Winthrop pushing it up down the far side. They try to center it, got blocked by Classical, and it winds up out of play. Winthrop will get the throw in down deep. Classical knocks it away. And Classical takes it away. Dahl with a nice play. And it goes out off Classical. They missed the net. They walked in. Tough angle. Diaz came out to try and cut down the angle. Did a great job. Winthrop drilled it looking for the far post and pushed it out of play and wide. So the first real opportunity went to Tricky Amina. Bounces by everybody, and they'll hold off Classical till Martinez can come out and grab it and kick it away. Headed beyond midfield. With it. Blocked by Classical. Classical looking for a break. Coming down the near side. Trying to get around. Winthrop got a piece of it. They're calling it off Classical. I thought Winthrop snuck around and got a foot on it, but they're calling it off Classical. Blocked. Classical with it. Can't get it to the near side. It got picked off. Winthrop trying to knock it deep. Down the near side. They get around the defense. Trying to throw it in front. Classical's able to knock it away. Winthrop breaks it up, and then Classical takes it away. Classical coming back up the middle, popping it ahead. Winthrop broke it up. So a little feeling out by both teams, although they had the good chance by Amina. Winthrop has 19 players on their roster. 12 of them are seniors. They've got a pretty good-sized JV team that a lot of schools don't have. They try to knock it deep, just got broken up. They break it up, they knock it deep. Martinez comes flying out. He's way out in the far corner of the end zone, picking up that loose ball, and he'll kick it away. Kylie Gagnon is the head coach for Winthrop. Eric Moreno Jr., I have to make sure I say Jr., is the coach of Classical because Eric Moreno Sr. is the coach of Lynn Tech. That goes out of play. Winthrop will get the throw in. Classical got a head on it, but knocked it back downfield, and then Winthrop knocked it out. Dahl will put it in play, but we'll have a Classical substitution first. Stepping in front was Ventura, knocking it away. Bouncing around, Classical finally knocks it deep, looking for a break. Classical trying to pop it by. They wind up with it. They get it to the middle, but it bounced off their foot. Now they get the pass across to the far side. Winthrop steps in and knocks it away. Classical won't get a corner kick, but they'll get the throw in down deep. Classical was about half a step from at least getting a good shot on net. Winthrop trying to break it up. And it winds up in the Winthrop bench area. Classical will throw it in. They drop it back for Dahl. Trying to get it to the middle. Winthrop broke it up. Classical can't get around. Winthrop takes it away. And he started it back. Classical breaks it up. Winthrop gets it back. They knock it deep, looking for a break. Diaz will come out of the net beyond the 5-yard line, pick it off, and he'll boot it away. And he boots it. And it gets headed by Classical right into the Winthrop bench area. And Winthrop will make a substitution. No score in this one. Classical knocks it deep, looking to get there first. And they call Classical offside. Looked like they had a good break, but they got step and a half too soon getting behind the defense. So still no score. That one shot by Turkey Amina. That Diaz was able to come out and create a little bit of block. Classical gets knocked down, they'll get a free kick. He cut down the view of the shooter coming in, tried to go past him, knocked it wide left, and that was it. Martinez really hasn't had to be tested so far. That's really the only attempt that either team has had that's resembled a shot on net. Neither team has a shot on net, but that's the closest. And now Halimi, he can certainly get it into the net from here, from the 35-yard line. Drills it up right in the middle of the net. Martinez had to make the save. He put it right on the money. And Martinez will kick it away. Winthrop taking it down. Knocking it to the far side. They couldn't get it cleanly, so they had to knock it down, and that helps Classical get back on defense. And now it bounced up and hit Winthrop on the hand. And I think we're just shy of the halfway mark of this first half. And we're going to get a timeout. No score. Classical and Winthrop. We come out of the timeout. And it gets knocked out by Winthrop. They reach around Dahl. And we got a substitution for Classical. And now they'll get the throw in. goes out off Classical. Gets by everybody. They pop it by, and it gets knocked out. That's Halimi knocking it out. Reaching around. Amina. Glasgow knocked it away. They fanned, looking to kick it away. Now they kick it deep. Winthrop picks it off. Knocked away by Classical and knocked out by Classical. And he tried to pop it to the middle. It hooked away. It goes all the way to the far side. And Classical knocked it away. And they take it away. And all they could do was try to stop it from going out of play. And they knocked it upfield, and Winthrop knocked it to their goaltender to kick it away. Ventura headed it away. Gloucester picked it off. Ventura heads it again. Winthrop picked it off again. Dahl blocked it. And when he blocked it, it hit him on the hand or the arm. And the Vikings will get a free kick coming from the 30. Looked like Esteban Alvarez is going to take the kick. And he boots it up, out in front, and hit a couple of heads. Classical clears it away. They got a head on it. It deflected right in front of the net, and then he tried to get it, couldn't get a piece of it. And Classical was finally able to clear it away, and now they get the shot on net. Diaz able to make the save. So Winthrop all around the net. That perfect kick from Esteban Alvarez. Winthrop couldn't get the head to the net, and then they couldn't get a piece of the ball that was out in front. Popped up. Classical heads it away. They get it back. Halimi boots it up. Winthrop pops it way up in the air. Everybody going for it. And Winthrop back in the Classical end. I mean, nice little move to get around. And then a nice play. It was Ventura with a nice slide. Just smothered the ball. And didn't get a hand on it, which would have been a free kick. Just blocked it with his body, kept it down, then get up. So Classical will have possession. And now they knock it out of play. They knocked it behind Rigoberto Gomez. They knock it deep. It skipped right by Classical. And then they knock it back to the net. Martinez will get it and kick it away. This is the closest they've come to Martinez. Knocking upfield, he's been able to get it and kick it away. Alvarez with it. Bangs it off Dahl. It's going to go out of play. Alvarez will quickly put it in play. They knock it deep. Halimi got a head on it. Winthrop picked it off. And it rolls again to Martinez, who will kick it away. Classical knocks it home. They gave that one away. Wide open net. I think. And number 19, Ryan Dahl, on senior night. I think it was him. Every time they score, they surround the player that scores. Hospital trying to get around. Winthrop breaks it up. The more I look, I said Dahl, but now I'm not sure. They knock it deep. Alimi is there to break it up.
Lynn Classical goal scored by number 19. Correction, number 9, Gabrielle Sarmento.
They surrounded him once he got it. I looked, I said, no, that's not him when he got up here. So we started to give it to Ryan Dahl. Then I looked and said, I think it was Sarmento. They won't mind if I mention both names. Tip to the middle. That was a giveaway by Winthrop. When he turned around to shoot, he had the entire net to shoot at. Martinez was way out of the net. So the first shot on net for Classical goes into the back of the net, and he'd grab a 1-0 lead. Winthrop knocks it away. Gomez knocks it upfield. They knock it to the far side. Winthrop had to just keep it in play. It was going out. They hit it to the middle. And they get it back to Ventura. They push it ahead. Winthrop takes it away. Bodies go down as they clear it upfield. Halimi gets a foot on it. Breaks up the play. Winthrop looking to walk in. Dahl broke up the play nicely. He took out the would-be scorer, and the ball rolled to Diaz. He'll be able to kick it away. Nice play by Ryan Dahl. Looked like they were going to have an easy one-on-one against Diaz. And I think that was Turkey Amina. I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly. And at the last minute, Dahl just kind of nonchalantly bumped Amina off the play, and the ball rolled to Diaz. And he was able to make the save and just kick it away. Not the save, go get the loose ball. And Winthrop knocks it into the Winthrop bench area. 1-0 Glasgow here in the first half. Almost like getting back to Northeastern Conference soccer with Winthrop taking on Glasgow, who's now in the GBL. It skips past. Halimi knocks it back upfield. And Winthrop just knocks it way to the near side out of play. Dahl will put it in play. pushing ahead. Gomez, his pass broken up. Dahl had it taken away. And Dahl goes down. Klasko winds up with it. Winthrop took it away. Dahl takes it back. And now Klasko knocks it out. Ten minutes and counting left in this first half. 1-0, the Rams over the Vikings in this interleague battle. Klasko pops it straight up. Winthrop was going to let it go out of play. Klasko had a shot at it, but bounced too high. They couldn't knock it down. Winthrop will put it in play. Dahl tips it ahead. Gomez. Knocked up field. Klasko trying to walk in. They take the shot. Martinez had to make the save. The rebound came out. Klasko couldn't get a foot on it. Klasko's still battling. They finally take it away. But it gets pushed all the way to the far corner. Martinez with a great save. They get the shot away. And it just went high over the net. Great try. I think that was Alvarez. Martinez will kick it away. Territorial-wise, it's been mostly Klasko. Now they hustle, and they just kept it in. Good job. And now it goes out off Winthrop. Knocked loose. Winthrop comes up with it. Knocks it deep, gets by. They knock it deep again. Trying to walk in. Diaz got a piece of it and then fell on it. He made the initial save, and it looked like Winthrop was going to walk around him, get a loose ball and knock it home. And he reached behind him and grabbed it and kept him off the board. Two nice plays by Diaz. They had the break. They looked like they got it by. And Diaz just reached back and grabbed it just as the Winthrop player was looking to tip it home. And Klasko will get the free kick. Halimi, again, he can reach the net from here. He drills it to the net. Martinez had it, couldn't hold on to it. And it goes in the net. Martinez had it, dropped it. And when he dropped it, everybody around the ball trying to knock it home. And it was Ventura.
I got 15.
So Ventura said, I'll take care of it. Nobody else wants it. I'll knock it in the net. But Martinez had a clear shot at it. Caught it, dropped it, and left it right in front of the net. There was a pile of players. Winthrop trying to clear it. Classical trying to knock it in. Ventura finally got a foot on it and knocked it in the back of the net. And tough goal to give up with about 6 minutes left in the half. And that gives Classical a little bit of breathing room, leading 2-0. So surely at least the last half of this first half has been all Classical.
Classical goal scored by number 15, Jason Ventura.
And we got a little to do. They blow the whistle. And we're going to play it down. The trainer will come out. Winthrop's had a couple of chances. That shot that went wide early on by Turkey Imana or Amina just went wide. And now Gustav Hemmingsen, trying to say that 5 times fast. He was the one that went at Diaz, tipped it. Diaz made the original save when the ball looked like it was bouncing by. He stepped by Diaz, thinking he was going to just knock it into the open net, and Diaz took it away. Classical back at it. Knocked away. Dahl tipped it away. Gomez with it. Still with it. Trying to get around. Classical comes away with it. They have to give it back. Trying to get started. Dahl broke it up. Alvarez took it back. They knocked it deep. Winthrop, they try to lead. They got a piece of it, and they try to lead Hemmingsen. And they pushed it a little too far. Diaz able to come out and grab it and hold on. Halimi knocks it up. And Halimi knocks it up again. Ventura with it. Classical just got a foot on it, knocked it upfield. Now they carry it deeper. They knock it deep down the far side. Winthrop got a piece. knocked it out. We're in the final 2 minutes and counting of this first half. Winthrop looking to clear it. Klasko knocks it back to Halimi. Gives it across to Ventura. Then near side to Dahl. Ventura way down inside. It winds up on the far side. And Winthrop knocks it out. Winding down this first half. Second half of this first half has been a big one for Klasko. They put 2 on the board. Hemmingson trying to get by. Pushes it by. Walking in. He drills it. What a save by Diaz. Great rush by Gustav Hemmingson. And that would have been a really tough goal for Klasko to give up because it was in the final seconds. A tremendous save on senior night by senior goalie Isaiah Diaz. He made that great save and keeps it a 2-0 lead. So at halftime, Klasko 2, Winthrop nothing. At the second half, Winthrop puts it in play. Klasko leading it 2-0. It's hard to believe. During the first game today, Klasko football, as he passed it downfield with a break, they knock it deep, but they knock it too deep. That was Jose Gomez trying to send the Klasko player in. And they had the right idea, but the pass was too far. So Winthrop got very close to cutting that to 2-1 on a great shot by Gustav Hemmingson. He rifled the shot. Diaz made a tremendous save to keep it 2-0. Klasko knocks it deep. Winthrop knocks it back. Klasko collects and couldn't keep it in. It just rolled out off Gomez. Klasko trying to knock it away. And Klasko tipped it, controls it, and he bring it down, trying to center it. Winthrop breaks it up, and they knock it deep upfield. And Klasko takes it away. And they're going to get Winthrop for knocking Rigoberto Gomez down. There's Rigoberto and there's Jose Gomez. Halimi will get the shot dead center inside the 40. He can certainly put it on the net from here. Line drives it. Martinez goes up in here and catches. That was going inside the post. Halimi, almost from anywhere. He's a threat to put it in the net. They knock it deep. Winthrop looking to get there. They get there first. Hemmingson still with it. Winthrop trying to center it. They center it. They got a foot on it. And they knocked it over the net. They threw a perfect pass right out in front. Winthrop standing right in front of the net. I think that was Alvarez. got a foot on it, but it was up a little over knee high, and he just tipped it over the net and out of play. And he kind of banged himself in the head saying, how did I do that? I should have put that in the net. Great pass from the far corner. And now Halimi will kick it away. Alvarez broken up, and Classical knocks it out. Everybody trying to get ahead on it. Alvarez finally knocks it away. Winthrop pops it straight up in the air. And everybody trying to get together and get ahead on it. And Alvarez actually ran over Jose Gomez. Halimi will get to kick it away. And he boots it deep. Headed away by the Vikings. That back wall of Dahl, Ventura, Halimi, Faveros have been very good. They've given up. When they've given something up, Diaz has made a big save, but they haven't given up much. Classical will throw it in. Trying to push it down the far side. Winthrop knocks it back the other way. Bounces off Classical. They'll have to track it down deep. And quickly pushing it up. They get it to the middle nicely. With a rush to the near side. They give it back to Viveros. He gives it back to Halimi. Viveros and Halimi playing catch. Back to Halimi again. And pushed it a little too far, looking for Alvarez. Blocked out off Classical. And out off Classical again. It was Sarmento getting a piece. They dump it to the near side. Trying to center it. Diaz comes out, gets a hand on it. Almost like a dribble. Knocked it down, picked it up, and he'll kick it away. It was Amina trying to get it out in front. But he pushed it up, it goes by everybody. Winthrop collects. Classical knocks it down. Winthrop takes it away. Alvarez coming up the near side. He gets triple teamed. He has to knock it back. They take the shot. They had to take it from long range. Diaz got a good look at it and made the save. And they blew the whistle late because that when it bounced up, it got Classical in the hand. There were a couple of seconds gone by before they blew the whistle, but the right call. It bounced up and got Classical on the arm of the hand. And they'll kick it away. And I don't know if they call contact on Classical. Winthrop's going to get a free kick. Just inside the 20-yard line from a bit of an angle. Diaz, perfect kick, dead center of the net. Diaz easily got a good look at it, got two hands on it, made the catch. And now Classical trying to knock it deep. Classical battling to take it away. And they do. Nice behind the back pass by Sarmento. Classical trying to get something going down the far side. Trying to walk in, they take the shot, went wide left. Good passing, they mixed it around. Classical had a chance. Good setup, and shot just went wide. I think that was Rigoberto Gomez with that shot that just missed. Also breaks it up. They knock it deep down the far side. Classical will get there first and keep it in. Walking around. They broke it up. Skips past. And Classical breaks it up nicely. They give it back to Viveros. And it winds up with Halimi. And we're back playing catch again. Nice little move by Jose Gomez. Winthrop takes it away. And then Winthrop knocks it out, and that's going to give Classical a corner kick, I think. They didn't knock it out to the near side. They knocked it past the end line. So the corner kick will come from the near side. Out in front, they got a piece of it. All they can do is tip it. It bounced around. It bounced out in front. Classical got a piece of it. That was either Morales or Alvarez. Hard to pick up the numbers when we're so far away. But it couldn't get a real good shot. All they could do was just get a little chip. And Martinez was able to make the save. They tip it by down the far side. Classical trying to throw it in front. Gets knocked away. Classical trying to keep it in play, and they do. Winthrop clears it. Pops straight up in the air. Viveros with it. Knocks it ahead. Back to Viveros. We're trying to get it started. Trying to knock it deep. Taken away by Classical. They give it back to Viveros. Back to Halimi. Halimi gets it back. Viveros ahead. Jose Gomez. Back to Halimi. Viveros pushing it ahead. Gets it back. And broken up by Winthrop. Alvarez knocks it by. Rigoberto Gomez took it away. Alvarez went down. They wanted a call. They didn't get it. They knock it deep, but they blow the whistle. Hemmingson was way offside. Halimi will get to kick it away. Line drives it. Popped up. Let's go right back in the Winthrop end. It's been here most of the second half. He tip it by. Down the far side, trying to center it. Martinez comes out, plays it on a fly, catches up, and boots it away. Boots it deep. Halimi gets ahead on it and pushes it back to Diaz. And he'll get to kick it away. Just headed away from Hemmingson. And Diaz will boot it away. And he takes a big hop out of play. He put it in play deep. Hemmingson comes away with it. Takes the shot. It got blocked. Haskell controls. They take it away. And he just chipped the shot. Got under it, chipped it high over the net and out of play. Popped up. Haskell knocks it ahead. They'll give it all the way back to Martinez. And they'll let him kick it away. Haskell got a piece of it. Back and forth. Nobody really getting a really good shot. Now Hemmingson is walking in. He had Diaz come all the way over to him, and he tried to get it by him, tried to knock it in the far post, and he knocked it too far and out of play. Another opportunity for Hemmingson. And with just over 23 minutes left in this second half and in the game, Glasgow leading 2-0. We got a timeout. We come out of the timeout, they kick it deep. Winthrop knocked it back. They give it back to Halimi. They like him to have it. He knocks it deep. Headed away, headed by Klaskell. Jose Gomez missed the header. Everybody trying to get a head on the ball. And Klaskell knocked it out. They couldn't save it. Not from lack of effort by Ryan Dahl. Knocked deep. Winthrop knocks it back. Haskell breaks it up. They knock it deep. It skipped past, but they're able to push it away. Nice defense by Jonathan Parker. You go back, far side. They just couldn't get a real good foot on it. Now they drill it. Diaz makes the save. Hemmingson sent it all the way across, but they were falling away from the net when they took the shot. It got blocked, but then they got it out in front. Diaz got a good look at it and made the save. Winthrop has come really close a few times. Jose Gomez trying to get around, does, and gets taken down. They didn't call anything. Now I guess they did. The late whistle again. We had a great couple of little moves. Zigzag, went around a couple of defenders. And now Halimi will get a shot from the 30-yard line. Again, he can certainly get it to the net from here. That wasn't Halimi. That was Alvarez. I don't know why they let Halimi take the shot. He usually does. Martinez will kick it away. So Diaz has made a couple of really nice saves. Winthrop has missed a couple of opportunities where they missed the net, knocked it over the net. They could very easily have a few. Haskell pops it up. Winthrop kicks it out. Headed away by Klasko. Klasko couldn't keep it in. Winthrop has kept Klasko away from their goalie Martinez for a while now. It's Winthrop keeping it in the Klasko end, but they can't get the ball in the net. We're just past the halfway mark of this second half. Klasko leading it 2-0. Winthrop trying to walk in. Klasko breaks it up, and then he just stuck a foot in as Winthrop was going to be point blank, a shot at Diaz. And Winthrop, I don't know if it's their first corner kick. They haven't had many. This could be their first, coming from the near side. I haven't mentioned it. There's a few people here. There's a little bit of a crowd. Haskell heads it away. It gets broken up and knocked out by Ryan Kafori. Riveros gets it ahead. Jose Gomez. They knock it deep. And they knock it too deep. Payas couldn't get there. Martinez will kick it away. Gets by everybody. Hustling back. Klasko knocks it away. Bodies go down. Klasko knocked the Winthrop player down. Klasko player went down right after that. Winthrop will get the free kick. They hook it away. They got a head on it. Diaz made the save. He's been tremendous in net. That's another opportunity for Winthrop that Diaz took away. He's having a great senior night. Sarmiento gets around, knocks it deep. Classical winds up with it. They take the shot, and it went in. No, it didn't. It went wide. I thought for a minute it went in. They made great passing. They got it across. They got it by Martinez, but it just went by the near post. That would have been huge. It goes. Are they calling it contact? A little late. The ball went out. I think they call contact after that. Headed away by Halimi. I think it was Payas that got that shot. It just missed going in. They had Martinez out of the net. They get to Jose Gomez. He tried to give it back to Halimi and it got knocked out. And Viveros will put it in play. Viveros gets it back. Went off his foot. He gets it back. Jose Gomez gets it in the middle. Glasgow's a little bit surprised they made that pass. They weren't looking for it. Now they turn. Can't get the shot off. They finally take the shot. They knock it high over the net and out of play. They passed it well. But the shot went high over the net and out of play. I think that was Sarmiento. Martinez will kick it away. Skips past. Just knocked away by Halimi. Hemmingson looked like he was going to break. He tipped it with his foot. Thought he tipped it by and was on the fly trying to get by Halimi. But Halimi knocked it away before he could go get it. Pop out of play by Halimi. And before they blew the whistle before the throw-in to let Winthrop make a couple of substitutions. If this score stays 2-0, Gustav Hemmingson is going to, the bus ride back to Winthrop, he's going to be wailing away. He's had all kinds of opportunities. Diaz took a couple away. He missed the net a couple of times. Diaz made one great save on him when it was still 1-0. And he came one-on-one with Diaz, and Diaz took away most of the net as Glasgow knocks it out. Diaz cut down the angle on him. And Hemmingson just knocked it wide. So he could have had a couple of goals himself, maybe three. And of course, early on, Tricky Amina got close, and Diaz forced him again to shoot it wide, cutting down the angle. They push it ahead. Winthrop trying to knock it deep. It got deflected off Winthrop, and Dahl is going to be able to kick it away. Good rush by Ryan Kafuri. But then it bounced off Winthrop, and Dahl was able to knock it away. Haskell knocks it upfield. Winthrop breaks it up. Yeah, pass too far ahead. Haskell picks it off. Halimi knocked it by the 10 receiver, Sarmento. In the middle. They get it to the near side to Viveros. Back to Alvarez. Shot. Rigoberto. Gomez had the shot blocked. Now, lead pass just broken up. Halimi with a terrific defensive play. Just reached in and broke it up as it looked like there might be a break. Sarmento again taken down a second or two later. They blew the whistle, but no question he got taken down. It'll be back to Halimi taking the kick from inside the 35. And again, look for this one to be right on the net. It bounced by Klaskol. They couldn't keep it in. They were breaking from the far side. It just bounced about knee high, and it skipped past them. And they couldn't get there before it went out of play. So we got 9 minutes and counting in this one. 2-0 Klaskol. All the scoring in the first half. Off ahead. Broken up. Everybody trying to get a piece of it, getting a foot on it. Nobody gets control. Finally, Winthrop does, and Winthrop gets tripped up. Alvarez reaching for the ball, got the ankle instead. He booted deep. Diaz will play it, almost bounced over his head. Caught it, went up, went down, and he'll kick it away. No, he won't kick it, he'll throw it. And he threw it out of play. And both teams will make substitutions. Throw in. Went off. Winthrop, Klaskol blocks him away from getting it. I think it'll be Halimi kicking it away. And he drills it. Klaskol knocks it to the far side. Still with it. They get it to the middle. To the near side for Veros. They just bumped Jose Gomez off the play. Winthrop knocks it deep. Halimi will knock it out, up in the seats. And he didn't do it properly. The throw-in. So turn it over to Classical for the throw-in. And Classical will make a substitution or two. Popped up. Sarmiento looking to get a foot on it. How he gets it back. They almost lost it. They almost lost it again. Classical's have a little triangle playing catch. Now they knock it deep. Classical trying to get there. They knock it out. Classical will get the throw-in as they call it off Winthrop. Classical picks it off. And tipped it off Classical. So 5 minutes left. The clock is now off. Official time down on the field. They knock it deep. Diaz will watch it come to him. And he'll take his time. He's waiting for somebody from Winthrop to come to him. He's still standing there with the ball. Winthrop finally realizes he's not going to pick it up till somebody comes, and then he falls on it like he's recovering a fumble. So he ran a few seconds off. So now the clock is the enemy for Classical. Pushing it down. They got it behind, but they collect. They take the shot and they knock it up over everything out of play. Did a nice job recovering the ball that looked like it was knocked away. And then they wound up knocking it over the net. So Winthrop has to get a little giddy up in their step. Trailing 2-0. Classical popping it up. Get around a couple. They get it to the near side to Viveros. And Classical will be content. Just trying to keep it in the Winthrop end. Classical got taken down. Nice little shift. And it skipped past the defense, but Classical couldn't get a piece of it. Shot from long range goes high and over everything out of play. But Classical putting it where they want it in the Winthrop end, leading 2-0 with time winding down here. Martinez places it down. Dana Bowes knocked it up. Classical knocks it out. Chad Bernstein puts it in play. Classical knocks it straight up in the air. And it bounces. Classical's got it where they want it. Leading 2-0. Winthrop can't score if they can't get the ball in the Classical end. Classical keeping it in. Nice little shift. Down the far side, Classical got knocked down. And the Classical player is getting up, but he's slow getting up. Classical get the throw in again. Time winding down. Classical's going to win this one. They're going to go to 500. They're going to go 6-6-2. Winthrop's going to drop to 8-4-1. All the scoring in the first half. Goalie Isaiah Diaz. Sometimes you say, well, it was a shutout, but not really. As Classical knocks it in, they kept it in long enough. Out in front, loose, and they knocked it home. Looking to see if he turns around to get his number. Billy?
Yeah.
12.
Well, yeah. I shut the mic off now.
Duran Morales with the goal. First score in the second half. Makes it 3-0. Just adding icing on the cake, but what a, Classical got 3. Winthrop had a lot of chances. Isaiah Diaz on his senior night, along with all of his seniors, did a terrific job. He made some outstanding saves, and when he wasn't making a save, he was cutting down the angle and forcing Winthrop to miss some shots. Classical's going to get a very big win, so congratulations to Eric Moreno and his Classical Rams as they go back to their old conference, Northeastern Conference, and get a win over one of the better teams in the league. Coming in at 8-3-1, they're going to leave here 8-4-1 as they blow the whistle, and that's going to do it. So, an outstanding shutout performance by Isaiah Diaz, a senior on senior night, and Classical can celebrate senior night as they got goals. The first one, we believe, was Sarmento. Second one was Ventura. And the last one was Morales. The only score in the second half, Morales, made it 3-0. Diaz did a great job pitching the shutout. The back line of Viveros and Dahl and Halimi and Ventura did a nice job defensively. And if they did give anything up, Diaz took it away. He made some great saves and forced Winthrop to miss some shots by cutting down the angle and giving him not a lot to shoot at. And he kept Winthrop off the board. And Classical wins it by a score of 3-0. So the Greater Boston League, Classical knocks off the Northeastern Conference Winthrop. 3-0. Classical now gets to 500 as they go to 6-6-2. Winthrop will drop to 8-4-1. 3-0. Diaz with the shutout. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.